The biggest issue among one leadership. And because of that, me one bill that me able for me come talk about leadership last night. This week, from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now, because that is very important now. Leadership. One is leadership. One is understanding your role as a one as a leader. Sample time me say, tokol sing mana yang bos man lo elamoto o yang bos man lo PNG power, give me sine order. Just because yang bos man lo then ini give me sine order. Just because yang bos man lo whatever company na ini give me certain order or responsibility. Ini bagai pun church ya. Iblah remi ya. Those leaders, it doesn't mean that you qualified from those whatever position or government or whatever guarantee you to be a leader. No. You need to understand how church operate. And for somebody last night we talk about that we have offices in the church, but the offices are only carrying those delegated power from who? From the business. So time everyone the business talk about yes, people are working youth leader now. It's the business that gives you power as a youth leader. It's not vested in you, it's delegated to delegated stuff and delegated to below you. And in the same look last night in SD structure, the owner is the who? The business, which is you. Me. You mean now in the owner of this church here? Nami been mentioned him last night if this la owner am. If this la owner am put down. This is the bottom level layer. If I put down, what never happen? The whole structure put down now. Last night in the this is all called and no. Remember we have district law here, so it's not the governing body here, governing structure here. Because district doesn't make decision. District is only a one coordinating body. So this is a reporting structure or a management structure or an organizational structure where district and commission, so we report to the district report to us and so forth. But when it comes to making decisions, it's the structure here, which is the business, the church board, the executive committee or the session, and the level and what up now. Which is minimum same. This is the business now, or this is the session now, this is a constituency meeting, what's called now. And then we have the church board, executive committee. Those executive committee are representative online and it's the power from here. So it's the business law here that give them now. Delegated power, the board and so forth, and then come up. People follow me here. Governing body minimum those body that makes decision. According to our topic for this week, it's about function of those governing body and those management structure. Okay, management structure is straightforward. It's reporting. Management structure, that's the management structure. Now it is zero down the local church. Now I'm giving a big picture now. Earlier, last night, big picture now became about membership, about tax and offering, about governing structure, governing structure, management structure, and those roles and functions and so forth. Now we become the local church now. Okay. Then we become the local church. This is our local church structure now. Within the local church structure, we have two governing body, which is the board and the one the business. But hang on. The board here, it's the business that gives delegated power. The business delegates the power to the who? To the board. Can we mean more go in detail of function and management of the board and business of running meetings? But we come more in details. But me like you looking percent picture here. That you have the church structure now where you got Christ. I'm not this is a body here. But this is a structure. Papa God, I'm not the main one. And then you have him under separate, which is the church pastor. And then you have him who? The business. But remember, the church pastor, it's not the governing body here. He's the one in. And the sepete. He reports to the business and report to Morabe Mission. You hear me? The governing body according to the church structure is the business, which is the whole body here, plus in the one end. The church board. Question: why do we have church board, and why do business delegate in power have a church board? Huh? Why does the business delegate the power to the church board, to the board? Why not business? Remember, me using term, it's delegated power. Even like for example, a senior elder here, it's the delegated power that I'm using for exercising, man. Okay, and even the board, when it comes to making decisions, the board, which is the governing body, that power is delegated from business to the board. Why? Yeah.
Very much order flow, governing body, business, board. This is by carrying board by carrying out order flow, business.
Yes, and also because whenever you want to make decision, you have to call him business every time, man. Them say you want to make decision, you need to work him, call him business. I am people who work for calling business here. That's what John Calvin told us, no, let's delegate that power to the board. So whenever there's a decision wanted to, or like work him, give him the board. Whenever decision or like make him, give him the board. At the end of certain term or certain time, board report to the business. People are here. So basically it's just, okay, you board, you manage him, the operation of the local church for now. But there was certain decision which may come up later on. There was certain decision, yeah, bring him come to me, because me talking me give him power, yeah. You follow me, yeah? Okay, good. So let's look at the structure now. This is the local church. Now when you zero down the local church. Last night we talk on top level. Now you look at the local church. Okay, if you look at the local church now, inside the board we have executives. Okay. The executives are the church pastor, senior elder, church clerk, treasurer, and who? Pastoral minister. Those are the executives below this board. So say for example, there were urgent decisions that need to be done in the local church. You look at the level of the decision, it goes, board need to make decision, yeah. But we don't got time for calling board. Let's call the executives now. So the executives all sit down now to say, okay, decision is making more sense. So it's not one man that makes the decision, it's the who? The executives. Because for example, rather than you call him church board, nothing. Some time you miss go agent church board into one. Name it say agent church board, agent. You play around with them governing board here. There's no such thing as agent church board. Me go lawang church, lawang evening now to say, oh, by agent church, by me have him straight after lotting name him agent board. All go him ask Coconas. Hey, you don't play around with him little body here, little decision making body here, board. It's a very important body that you don't go and put in meeting number, ask you number. No, it's a very important body that you have to have a certain calendar for that board meeting. But me come a little later, but me giving me picture that those are governing body which is an important body here. Now when you call him agent board meeting, then you go send ask banana na boto, ask governor, you try to make a decision. You may reduce or you may down in this value or integrity of the board here. By actually having last minute meeting number. You play me. So when you have a certain date for the board, stick to that date. Whenever there's a certain decision that need to make, you are the executives. So, for example, if the executive somehow makes the decision before the board, what na ball work him? What na ball work him? Oh, board by next week, but this is an executive decision. Executive kami misina name story. Name straight and talk here. That decision, what never happened? You agree for that certain decision. But then what happened? You need to report back to who? The board. Talk to me, alright, no, but look at me. Am I right? Huh? What I'm trying to say here is this: whenever an executive makes a decision before the board, you need to go back and record him when the date the board and stuff. So decision you will make him, for example, or last minute, all youth, or pathfinder or youth, or like board or camp or whatever. But board not sit down now. Executive can sit down and say, Larry will go. Behind record him where? The board. So you actually covered by the board. So I mean, if this is a protected, okay, if this is a protected, you have more department heads here and department of councils here and so forth go down. So for example, one request from district. District to say, oh, every pathfinder buy me go or buy me go this and that. What would be the process? We talked about last night. Go to board first time, you know. The district doesn't go straight to the club. It must pass through the 1M. Board. Because district is only a 1M. Coordinating body. By going through the board, you are actually protecting your structure, which is the church. Amen. Local church structure. You follow me? Those things may come on night, but me let me revise it now from you. You understanding before me moving to those functions now. Am I right there? So that's basically the structure and the overall. I mean, you got board and you got all council, ministry councils, personal ministry councils and all that under the board now. So every council and every department reports to the board. They don't report to the local mission, you director. They don't report to who? No, they report to the board. Because it's the governing body, and the board reports to who? Business. The personal ministry leader below here have no report below personal ministry leader or personal ministry director of moral mission or personal ministry coordinator. No, he reports to the board. Because the board is the governing structure that looks after the church here. You follow me? Yes. So I mean, okay, let's move. Even the elections now. Okay, let's move to the elections now. We like talking about talk, but when we talk later on time, we go more in detail. The election process, the church, remember it's a leadership training. As a leader, you need to understand those election process. The union level, we call them appointment and elections. How many of them? Time session, we call them election that one. Time within the session, time the executive committee make a decision. Like for example, now people make a decision now. Like we just finished from the executive committee, na make a union. People make a decision for changing certain appointment. Law treasurers lo mipla. Mipla move more treasurers from one local mission to the union, and then from another local mission to another local mission. Mipla will come now. That is not election. That is called appointment. Because it's done after the 1M session. In the local church, it's called 1M. Elections, because we do it at the end of the year. Remember, that means nominative committee sit down, okay? Nominative committee, selection committee sit down, nominative committee sit down, and then appoint him on 1M. Or leaders. That's the process. So you're in the process here. You don't worry about this one. I mean, like you're reading from here after so. So let's give you the process now. After nominating committee comes in, story finish. Nominating all man come to table now. Clerk comes down on front or secretary below. Nominating committee come to front and have to say, okay, recommendation from. Remember, the nominating committee only recommend to the business line. Okay, recommendation below nominating committee come to business for the appointment below or election, election below elected position below or leaders, and this one. Youth leader and so forth, elders, senior elders and so forth, blah, blah, blah. Go. Let's say 20. Now, names and stable table now. You follow me, right? And through a process now. And stable table. Any objection, please. Come look at me plan now by anyone. Next week by final reading. Out from that 20, hari come put here. Out from that 20, to blaman all objective. More to say, this is a personal ministry leader. Same garden sample aswali klik ya. So how is it possible leave him appointing someone else? So there's an objection to that person or to blaman now. Or you lead them got a problem to here. So to blaman now. So out of this 20, to blaman all objective. What na process you bisa follow? Practice. But then, okay. So you don't do second reading?
Yes.
Huh?
Question one, and my partner not reading again for the second time.
Correct. Why?
Business objective.
Why don't you talk say oh tupla garam asu finish ya? Come reading tasol 18 ya. Because tupla garam problem 18 am right. Second reading on now. Why you know what came that one? You talk say no God, you kissing everyone go by. You will remember no God. Why? My this will come reading now. Okay. Final reading blog online ya. By me reading 18 lo here. You reading go 18 now. If you have mass edition, you put your hand on top and finish now. Later on, you sote matu. Why we know what came on say na you kiss go back? Why? Let me tell you something here. Whether it's one or two objections, the whole list here, according to the policy, General Conference Rule of Order, and talk same. Whole name must go back. You know, two plataso. The whole 20 people go back to the I'll screen name everyone, and then they can do changes if they want. Reason I'm same. Nubuti mi karam kam 18 tasol na time mi reading go finish balman to say ay. You'd leader him hard malo ya. But now Rausi mem, I know good karam heavy ya. Ini bagara ko integrity blame na. Balman start make a story na. But time you get everybody back, now you try for reshuffle him or you try for find him how for you organize him. At least you protecting somebody ya. You don't follow me ya. So that's basically what happened. And that's the rule of order from the General Conference, not that one and that. You get every name back, confirm him good and come back again and you read him again. Am I right? I think process will follow same good, but doesn't mean it's reiterated as well. So let's look at the church board now. Remember, last night we talked about leaders on the top level in terms of officers and structure, governance structure. Last time we talked. Now, if we go down straight, let's look at the 2 plus something now. One is called the church board and the business. Two very important governing body now. What is the purpose of the church board? Remember, the church board is to oversee the ministry of the church. Okay. It's also maintain the accountability of the pastors, elders, and finance and departments. So basically, that's the purpose of the church board, not that one. I'll cover a bit more later, time we go down. When it comes to business, I'm here. Or let me go back to here. And the same. The business meeting is the constituent meeting of the local church. Church decide what's, remember, and the same here. It's the business that decide the quorum of the church board. You follow me here? Business itself decide the quorum of its business. And then, what happened? The business decide the quorum of the church board. By me come I do it later, but me like me, stressing for time now. And say, the church board is the governing body, okay, which is, however, they can and church, that decision that concern the whole body of the church. I'm straightforward, when we don't talk about master, we don't talk about master, finish that, give me seven that. Business yang one, a church board is the planning one. planning, guiding, monitoring, and supervising board of the local church. They are under the one church business in any decision that concern the one. So if certain decision you work in the church board, now which is concerning the whole church, then you can blow where? Business. So what is the primary function of the board? These are the primary function of the board now. Oversee the strategic planning process of the church, review reports from the department at least quarterly, and then to who? To business. New members are transferred up before the meeting. Other items that deal with operation of the church. But remember, the primary function of the church board is basically for one, evangelism. Even though come to church board, if you come story nothing to church board, or if I'm the church board is nothing to do with, if I'm not got evangelism or whatever, then it's an issue now. And the board, each one, Bible says every department is accountable to the board, which is better power. Business give him the board, and then later on every quarter in bring where the business. So suppose you looking good here, that's the primary function of the board there. Regular report from the treasury of the finance, when we come a little later. And then it goes in here, recommend to the church business reading all capital. Hammer say, okay, let me put it this way now. During the business name it goes okay. Board, you are only allowed to authorize 2,000 kina. X amount. We're business and gimlo board now. So having a time board and make a decision anything above 2,000 kina, but board to go ini kaya mo maglo business. Because business to kasi limit for making decision in 2,000 that's all. Now example church, board and even authorizing plenty money straight now. And through what? But policy to kasi no. Business authorize certain limit, and the limit of the board's decision comes to finance. Business now give him law. By business to kasi okay, your limit in terms of building or whatever, it's 2,000 that's all. Anything above that, this will come back to Mipla. Because who? Business is the shareholders here. They're the owners here. They give you the power to sit in the board and make decisions. You run in the operation Mipla here. So time you are pushing that limit here, this will come back to Mipla. Mipla make decision, yes or no? When it comes to budgeting, for example, time treasurer making budget finish below every department, board and sit down and to say, okay, this is how you do your budget and so forth, blah blah blah, and finish. All coming where? The business. Business look at it and say, okay, level of capacity below church, the finance, below email on boundary road, and we are about say 10,000 kina. So let's decide now. By treasurer to say, what na limit below board now for spending? By business to say, okay, limit privilege 2,000 kina. Everything we talk comes from the survey commission. All to say, now church bring me the Papua New Guinea. Imi work nothing. A lot of leadership in the church, a lot of boards, a lot of business are all over the place. They don't have a strict policies or they don't comply with the policy. That's all. Remember last time Mr. Rolla changed the structure because of that. All issues here. And one of them we talk about leadership based on business and board. So I mean, most of the time, treasurer come after him, give him budget presentation, then board talks and this is your limit now. So I mean, most if your department is run up and abusing budget plan, it might